Alright guys, so welcome to another Headliners with Gashvik. I'm here today with a special guest. His name is DJ Hexx with two X's. He's going to be talking a little bit about himself as well as just some of the stuff, some current topics that I kind of dug up.
Yo, what's up guys? Thank you so much Gashvik for having me. Shout out to Meadows DJs for hosting it.
What's all DJ Hexx all about? Why the two X's? Or what, is there a reason behind it or just?
Yeah, actually, so I never really had a nickname growing up, like in my neighborhood. I was always just Hector. My first job ever, there was this girl called April. Shout out to April if you're watching. She's the one that gave me the nickname Hexx. I went through so many names too, and I could not find one that stuck.
Do you remember any names that you were just like?
There was one called Nepter, off of like the robot from Adventure Time. Or the robot was the DJ in the show. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, cool, that's cool. There's like a theme to it. So that was one of them, but it just didn't stick.
So he chose DJ Hero. Why DJ Hero?
I've always been a really big fan of Guitar Hero, and I'm not gonna lie, I felt like playing Guitar Hero for the longest time. So I'm like, man, I'm about to play some games. Definitely wanted to be Guitar Hero, but I just feel like DJ Hero fit the theme. And I had this when I was younger too. I used to play it a lot at my friend's house. I remember some of the songs too, so I got a little bit of an advantage, a little bit. But I'm almost like, I already know. I really like the remixes on here. I feel like they really got some good talent for this game.
So you can either sit up or stand up. I'm gonna stand up.
I'm gonna stand up, yeah. It's a little easier. Oh, it's gotta be this one.
This one?
This one for sure. This is harder than actual DJs, by the way. For the people watching,
This is not DJ.
this is not DJ at all. Oh, that was super close.
Dang!
That was
Oh, my
super
100.
close. Oh my
Exactly
God.
my 100.
Literally 100. Dang. Ooh, dang, that sounds funky.
Oh my God.
I know. It's tough. It's like a million things we gotta do at once.
You want to inspire you or what?
No, actually, my neighbor DJ'd when I was younger. Yeah, my next door neighbor, they were like super close. They're like my second family. And I'd always go over there all the time, and they have this little separate studio where they had turntables. And they just had a bunch of records, and they played all these records and stuff. That was my first time I ever saw turntables, and I'm like, dang, what is that? That looks really cool. And then it wasn't until my friends actually got me into DJing. They knew I really liked music, and they got me my first pair of turntables. And then I was like, dang, turntables are cool. These look familiar. Like, I know about this. And then I learned how to mix off turntables. And I just fell in love with, like, just turntables for real. I think if I would have learned on something different, I don't know if it would have had the same effect.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I went on a controller too. Like, that's how I kind of learned how to, like, mix. But, I learned about, like, beat matching for sure on turntables. Without, like, graphic designers, DJs wouldn't. I mean, we can still DJ, but,
yeah,
like, they go hand in hand. Dang, he beat me again. You beat me by a lot on that one, for sure. Yo, what's up, Irvin? Yo, I saw he got the new controller.
Which? Oh,
The Rev 7. I think it's pretty great.
Have you played with it yet?
Just a little bit. I tried it at the convention that we went to, and I enjoyed it. I think it's really good for someone that wants the feel of turntables. I think they did a really good job trying to implement it in the best way. I think it's the best way anyone's ever been able to kind of pull it off. The big thing when it comes to turntables and the flatters is like the torque, I think. And that's one thing that the Rev 7 got really well. Like, the torque is perfect. That's got to be my next investment for sure.
What's your ideal setup?
I would love to have a turntable setup. A turntable and then like the mixer that I have now, just because of the fader. I didn't realize how big the fader makes a difference on, like, when you're using turntables. You can still do a lot of good scratches with any fader, but I feel like that was designed specifically for it.
We did our Spotify
collab.
Yes.
Little joint, yeah.
Yeah, and we matched 79%. And the one song that connected both of us, lane switch. So I guess he he connects us all together.
That's the glue. That's the glue to this.
Shout out to Lex.
This movement.
If you guys haven't heard it, feel free to check that out. It's Lane Switch. He has other songs like 1 AM on Tidal, Spotify, iTunes. I'm gonna pull out some old pictures. So I went through your Instagram.
Nice.
I dug under, and I'm gonna pull out some, and I want you to kind of tell me a little bit about that event.
Oh, it's at Havana Grill. That was a rough day. For me, honestly. This was like a really primarily Cuban restaurant. So I would say it's like a really niche Latin kind of genre that you have to play there. And I knew nothing about it. The only thing I knew was gasolina at the point, and that's it. That was about it. So it was fun. It was a big learning curve for me when I was there. During that time, I would just observe and watch, and I learned so much about salsa music and salsa dancers and about the culture from that gig. I love that place. That place was super good. They got me into Cuban coffee, Cuban tortas. That was like my first residency, like playing in front of people ever. Man, I forgot about that. That's a throwback.
Gotcha. What was your very first gig? Do you remember your very first gig?
First gig in front of people or like official?
First time you got paid to DJ. How about that?
Whether you guys make money?
Huh?
I'm scared. Wait, you guys are getting paid? I'm just kidding. So I would say the first time I ever played in front of people where it was like, it wasn't my friends, it wasn't family, it wasn't anything. I did this volunteer event. It was back when they were doing the election. So when I did that, I met one of my close friends. Shout out to DJ Theo. He's actually the one that gave me the first opportunity to DJ. He had like this little mohawk. I'm like, oh, this guy looks like a DJ. So I told him like, hey, I'm trying to get out here as well. And he told me like, oh, we'll bring your stuff. And I didn't know what I was bringing at all. I brought like my whole turntable setup. It was like a whole thing. And at that point, like I said, I was playing a lot of house parties. So I was playing a lot of, I wouldn't say it was like like for the event, it wasn't necessarily appropriate genre of music, but it was cool. He kind of let me play a few songs, kind of see what it was like being in front of people. Ended up being okay. Ended up being fine. Like I had a few edits and stuff, and I was able to work. I was able to manage through it. But that was my first, I would say, like, first gig in front of people.
If you were to have your own night, what would that genre be, or what would that type of music be that if you were gonna have your?
I would love to do like an R&B.
Oh, okay.
An R&B night. Ooh, man, that's my favorite.
Do you think that we're going back into that era, like in the 2008s, where Tiesto has more is more mainstream? Do you think that's coming back again with these albums coming up, or do you think it's completely gonna like cross over again?
So with hip hop, I would say that there's like two different sides to the coin of hip hop. So there's like a little bit more urban kind of hip hop, and then there's a little bit more pop versions of hip hop. And right now, EDM does have like the EDM producers. I think they have a really strong grasp in pop music as a whole. So I think they're going to be influencing a lot of like the pop, hip hop albums that are be coming out for the pop artists, which is good because what I like about pop music, I used to not really be really big into main music. I was always like really underground with the music that I liked. But little by little, I started appreciating just music that's easily accepted and enjoyable by everybody. And I feel like pop is masterful as a genre for that reason. So I think every genre needs like a little pop version of it. It has to have like,
yeah.
What do you guys think is gonna win, me or Yuli? Put some money on it. I'm gonna lose for sure. If you guys were watching the last one, I already know people's heads were shaking. They're like, man, this man. That's the life, bro.
That is the life. It's the life. However, I feel like there is kind of some
there's challenges,
and I feel like it could ruin it for you too, because you're like every time you see a video game, it's kind of like us with DJing. There's times we're like, I don't want to listen to music because I do this as a living.
Yeah.
So
that's the thing too. You listen to music differently. Once you learn how to DJ, music changes forever. You can't hear it the same way. Yes, the East Coast. It's huge. It's huge on it. Like A Tribe Called Quest. There's this hip hop artist called The Guru, and he came up with this whole jazz influence album called Jazzmatazz, and it's literally nothing but jazz instrumentals, and it's like just chill rhyming. Dang, I was really bad on that one. That one was rough. First of all, I can't multitask either. It's, oh my god, you know how many times I get lost talking on the phone? I'll be hitting the wrong exit. I gotta do U-turns. Oh, it's the worst. Hey, bro, I suck bad. I bet he's on the right.
But I like the cloudiness.
Yui straight up is going to win. Dang, bro, they called it. To be honest. To be honest, they really did call it.
Well, yeah, that's. I think that's gonna be all the time that we have. Thank you, Hector, for making time in your busy schedule for coming. I appreciate you. I hope you had fun. The floor is all yours. Let the audience know where they can find you, where you're DJing at, where your next gig is.
Yeah, for sure. So up here coming up in August, if you're out here in Vegas, definitely check me out at Mickey Finn's. I'm gonna be there, I think, every Friday. So check it out. 10 to 2, Latin music. It's a lot of fun. I have a reggaeton event coming up this Thursday. Add me on Instagram. You'll see the flyer there at ITS DJ HEXX. It's DJ Hexx. And come check it out. Get some tickets. Have a good time. It's gonna be all reggaeton, so it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Gotcha. For the people that are in San Diego, when are you gonna be there?
Yeah, so next time I'm gonna be there, I might pop in and out before then, but I'm gonna be there in September for Labor Day. It's called Sadaf, and it's at the Gaslamp District. Same thing, really Latin music. It is really packed, so definitely check it out. It's gonna be on my Instagram as well.
Okay, well, there you guys. There you guys have it. Thank you guys once again for tuning in, and thank you, Hexx, for again taking the time to do this. And like I said, I hope you had fun and you liked it. So
No, of course. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I had a blast.
All right, guys. See ya.